Well, hello everyone. What is up, my friendos out there on the internet? In the words of Adam from the Skate Anime, what is up, my bitches and bros and non-binary hoes? Oh my goodness. Yes, that is our intro from now on. But hello everyone, and welcome to BC Wrestle Pod, where we are just a bunch of lovely individuals who love to talk about professional wrestling. And tonight we are going to be talking about NXT with the NXTilosos crew, the sexiest NXT review show out there on the internet. My name is Mikey. I am El Jefe, or the boss man of BC WrestlePod, keeping all of these folks in line. And joining me tonight is the Pleat Father, the Grand Poobah, the man who I am jealous for because he is the closest out of everyone who covers NXT on this network to be able to attend the tapings at the Performance Center. Mr. Kiltman is in the house.
Hello! I'm currently like half in this, half not, because I went to go post something in a friend's server and immediately got kicked out.
That's bizarre.
It's bizarre. I'm talking to him now, so
I'm just kidding.
I'll chirp him when I can.
So while the Kilt Man is trying to save a friendship, no, not honestly, no, I'm just kidding.
No. Okay, Aaron from Another World TTRPG podcast, great guy, love him to death. Goes by Story Dad. I love that man to death. I was in his community posting about the show about tonight, and all of a sudden it just went boop, gone.
Like you have been,
removed.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to waste anybody's time. We're just going to get straight into it. If you like what you see here, YouTube, Twitch, Kick is where you can find all of our live streams and the edited reviews on YouTube as well that go up the next day. We also are on the social medias at BC WrestlePod, where you can find the report cards as well as our prediction, clips from the episodes, and other fun stuff. And we also have some merchandise, bcwrestlepodshop.fourthwall.com, because it is a grand time and we love it over there. We also have a little coffee bot who will be popping up if you want to help us pay for these pay-per-views, because these pay-per-views be expensive, y'all. I was like, the amount of streaming services we have to cover what we do is wild. So please feel free to, help donate to the cause, because we love you and we want to keep doing these things. Alrighty, let's just get into this, because this particular episode of NXT from last night was a night reset, because we are setting up for what's going down now that we have a couple of our stars who are now officially on the main roster, and now we are kind of just spreading ourselves out, so to speak, and starting to build up to what is going to be Vengeance Day and Stand and Deliver in April. So let's just get into it. So we kicked the show off this week with our general manager of NXT, Ava, coming into the ring to kind of talk about the future of the NXT Men's Championship, because last week, after successfully defending the title against Leon Slater, Obafemi has vacated the title, as now he is officially moving on over to the main roster, which, according to reports, he is going to end up on Raw, which is a lot of fun, which I'm excited for. So good on him. Him and Javon are on Raw, and then Jordan and Lash are on SmackDown, with Trick also being on SmackDown as well. So with Obafemi relinquishing and vacating the NXT Men's Championship, Ava has announced that we are going to figure out who is going to hold this championship next. But before she can even get into any detail about what that looks like, Ricky comes out. He cuts a promo with Ava in the ring, and Ricky says that he ran off Trick, he ran off Javon, he's ran off Oba, and you know what? He is here to get the title, and he will take the title because he deserves it. And Ava's like, bro, that is not how this works. What is going to happen, though, is that over the next couple of weeks, we're going to have some qualifying matches, and then on February 3rd, we are going to have a 6-man ladder match for the vacant NXT Men's World Championship. And so, of course, we have the men's division of NXT sprawled around the ring. Ricky is a little upset about it. because he should be given the title. He shouldn't have to fight for the title. But Ava is holding her ground, and she is going to crown the next NXT Men's World Champion on February 3rd after that ladder match. So she puts the NXT Championship on the truss. They pull it up, and then we have a good old brawl.
She said, bitch, I said what I said, and I did not stutter. Also, why are you stealing my sweater?
Great. I love
also,
that
she needs to start wearing like long pants, because holy crap, I almost saw her ass cheek so many times this week.
I was just like, we love you, Ava. You and your girlfriend are amazing. So, but a whole brawl breaks out. We see everybody fighting, like Joe Hendry's fighting off Dark State. Everybody's on the outside of the ring. Keanu Carver clears the ring with everybody involved. And then homie looked directly in the camera. I was like, sir, what happened to your eyeballs? Like, what is happening? I was like, I'm happy you got called up from Evolve to NXT, but damn, man, like, what happened? It was crazy.
Like, dude, like, are you okay? Did you get pepper sprayed?
Like, I was like, did we hit the blunt? Like, what happened?
What, are you?
Were you crying to your mama because you got called up, which is fair too. But I was like,
I'm fully on board with that. Please do so.
He got really excited and intense that he literally bloodshotted his eyeballs. I was like, what happened? And then he was fine at the end when we saw him again by the end of the night. So I was just like, we're going to say that was poor lighting. But before we move any further, though, I think now would be the time to bring this up. So shout out to some of our WWE Evolve talent that they have been moved up to the NXT roster. So they have officially been signed to NXT. And so congrats are in order to Keanu Carver, Eli Knight, and of course, all three boys of the Vanity Project. And I'm like, oh God, the Vanity Project is officially on NXT. So they're going to have some funny
I have a
promos.
very, very important question about the Vanity Project because I don't really pay too much attention. Do the other two boys wrestle?
Yes, all three boys wrestle. So, of course, as you know, Jackson Drake is the Men's Evolve Championship.
Yeah,
and then the other two are the tag team known as Swipe Right.
Oh, so they're the little bitch boys. Got it.
So,
well, okay. So they're an actual tag team. They're not just little bitch boys.
No, they wrestle as a tag team. They wrestle as a tag team and Evolve a lot. And then, of course, you know, when they're with Jackson Drake, the entirety of the Vanity Project will wrestle as a faction. So all three are wrestlers. They're not just side characters to Jackson Drake, which is nice. And, of course, when Ethan Page in character is like, I love the Vanity Project boys. They're going to make some great memes, and they're going to create some funny segments because Ethan's hilarious. And I am very proud of Ava tonight because she stood her ground with a lot of folks. So I'm really proud of Homegirl. But yeah, so we're getting a 6-man ladder match come February 3rd. Qualifying matches are going to start next week, and we're going to talk about those when we preview what's on the card for next week. But we move on into our first official match of the evening. This feud has kind of been brewing for the last couple of weeks. They have beef with each other, and this is actually all stemming from towards the latter half of 2025. Because after Kalani Jordan won the TNA Knockouts World Championship, like Lola was leading the charge, quote unquote, kicking her out of the NXT locker room. And then when she lost the TNA Championship, her and Lola have still had beef. And so this came to a head last week when Kalani Jordan and Lola Vice literally had a Hold My Earrings fight when they had to be held back by our lovable boys of the Belly Bandits of Hank and Take and some other NXT men's talent. And then it's Swipe Right are in the background with their phones recording it. I was just like, this is amazing. This was a fun segment. And so here we have this match. I really like this match. I mean, I'm a big fan of Kalani. I think, having her be this, I guess, quasi-tweener, leaning more towards heel is really fun. And of course, Lola Vice is just, we love Lola in this house. Like, she will knock you out. And I still want her to have some championship darted. She has been in NXT for a while now, so hopefully 2026 we'll see some gold for her. But I thought this was a really good match between the both of them. And hot damn, I thought Lola Vice killed Kalani Jordan when she backspin fisted her for the win. I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, Lola Vice picks up the win here against Kalani. For me personally, I thought this was a pretty good match. Kilt, what did you think about the two squaring up?
It was a bit weird, but I did enjoy it. I'm being told that I got banned for a word I didn't even say.
How dare they?
I literally, I'm having this conversation there.
Right.
I was like, dude. It's like I went back in and I said it again and I got banned again. I'm like, mother. Anywho, but this was a good fight. It gave an opportunity to kind of put that to dust.
Mm-hmm.
What? Sorry, I got distracted because
it's all good. No, I agree with you. I think this is done for now. I think both of them can move on to something else. But, hopefully we'll start seeing some stuff for the women's division, start, building towards wherever we're going to go. Oh, excuse me. It's been a long day. But, alrighty. So after this match, we just jump straight into our next one. This is for the men's WWE Men's Speed Championship. Of course, this is Jasper Choice defending the title against the winner of the small little tournament that we had to get here, and that winner being Mr. Tavion Heights. Again, for those of you who are not familiar with WWE Speed Championship, this is a 5-minute match where it is 5 minutes and you had to do what you had to do. So, I love Tavion. I really do. I just need NXT to stop putting this man in championships and let him actually win one. Like, I wanted him to beat Ethan Page when they were feuding. I know Jasper has not held this for long, so I didn't think Tavion was going to lose it either. But even when they were a tag team, Tavion didn't even get a chance to didn't even get a tag team championship run because him and Miles never won the titles. So I'm just like, when are we gonna let Tavion actually win something of substance?
I fully agree. Like I knew it wasn't going to be a Tavion wins this, but it's still, I wanted to see him win it. I wanted to see him win it, and I'm about to text you something that is hilarious. The reason I got banned. Because I can't wait. I can.
Better not.
The word I posted was night.
That's weird.
Hold
Anyways.
On. And I'll text you why I banned that word.
While Kilt is texting me, we both agree that we want to see Tavion actually get some wins of substance, or even the championship run. But I know not everyone can be a champion, but come on, you guys. Tavion, I feel like, has earned it at this point. But Jasper ends up winning with the Black Hole Slam and is still your WWE Men's Speed Champion. I see. That is so weird.
That is stupid.
Yeah, that's...
I didn't say those 3 letters. I said 5 letters that spell night.
Anyways, that is crazy. Yeah. So, after our Speed Championship match... Hi, ladies. We're glad to see you all on our screen again. So, we cut backstage, and initially, we see Kendall Gray and Ren Sinclair, outside of Ava's office wanting to get with Kendall wanting another shot at JC because, Fatal Influence intervening in her championship match last week at New Year's Evil. And so before they can enter, Zaruka comes in asking, that Sol and Zarya are potentially wanting a shot at JC. And then JC pops her head out. It's just like, we can hear you guys. And it's just like, come on in anyways, because Ava might as well just come in because Ava wants to talk to everybody. We get inside, and then all 3 teams are arguing with each other with Ava there. Lainey Reed took the no talking placard off of Ava's desk and just throwing it in their in Ren and Kendall's face, as well as Zaruka's, which was kind of funny. So I had questions because Ava gets everybody to calm down. So nobody is in this room is gonna get a chance at facing JC quite yet. However, she says that there's gonna be a tag team championship opportunity. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So somebody in this group, so one of these three teams is gonna face, our new tag champs of Rhea and Io, which is really, really cool. But then Ava says, you know what? I talked to Santino and I was like, here we go. I know where this is going. Next week, we are getting a number one contenders match where one of these three teams will face off for the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championships, which, as of right now, is still being currently held by the Inspiration, which is, the formerly iconic, the iconic girls of WWE. Tomorrow night, they are putting the titles on the line against the Elegance Brands. So one of those two teams will be the champs, and the winner will face them. So I was like, cool. And honestly, I'm not mad because for those of you who watched the TNA review, we've been saying that the Knockouts tag team division has kind of been lacking because there's only two real tag teams in this division. And so where I wish they would build and bring in more female tag team talent to, flesh out that division. I don't mind if the TNA Knockouts tag team champs, cross over with NXT and fight the NXT women's tag teams here, because Lord knows those women's tag team championships hardly to ever come over to NXT, which I don't understand, but it is what it is. So next week we are getting Zaruka versus Kendall and Ren versus Fatal Influence, and one of them will be moving on to face, as of right now, the Influence for the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championships. Should be a good match next week. I'm not going to lie, between these three.
I have to agree, and I absolutely love Ren QCC so much.
I really do too, man. I love that they put them together.
I for some reason I hear CQC like it's close quarters combat. And I'm like, oh yeah, I like this. And then I like Ren in general. Like Ren, Thea, it would be an amazing fun time because they share that excitable energy. And I want to take a moment and talk about Thea because holy crap, is she amazing in her social media right now. Like she's going through divorced dad rock, depression mode, and it's just great. I'm loving every minute of it.
So, yeah, I honestly, Kendall and Ren are such a really fun duo, and I love them so much. Ren is fantastic. Kendall has already proven to be a really great wrestler, and I'm looking forward to them fleshing her out. And whenever she gets called on up to NXT, I'm really excited for that, and that should be fun too. So this should be a really good match next week between everyone, and I am excited. NXT, give these women time, please. So we move on from this backstage segment, though. I am excited. I know, Kilt, this person's new to you, but I am excited because I have been following this man on the independent wrestling scene. So this is Elio Lafleur, formerly known as Achille Blanc, the French luchador. He is so damn good. I just hope they let him fly like he normally does, because NXT tends to nerf the luchadors when they get signed to WWE. But I'm really excited. This is the second, pre-tape promo that we got. We got one last week during New Year's Evil, and this is a more in-depth look into Elio Lafleur's journey in wrestling. He was trained in Mexico by Mexican luchador icon Nitro. And so then he made his way through the European circuit, where he has been for the last couple years. And now he is ready to cut the sky, as he says, in NXT. I'm fucking stoked. I'm excited for Elio Lafleur to make his debut in NXT. And at this point in the show, I was like, I wonder when that will be. Spoiler alert, we find out later in the night when that debut is going to be. But no, I'm excited for Elio Lafleur. And before anybody asks, he does actually wear this mask. It's just not a cultural appropriation. He's always been wearing this mask on the Independents. He is an actual luchador. He just happens to be French.
They actually go through his backstory a little bit because, like, he started wrestling at 16 under Nitro, who's an amazing luchador, and then he's always worn the mask, and that's just how he grew up in wrestling. And when I first saw a French masked luchador, I was like, "Oh, this is wild. This is left field for me. I did not realize this was going to be the thing." Because I saw the mask, and I'm like, "All right, I'm expecting Spanish," and then French gets thrown at me. I'm like, "What?"
No, Elio LaFleur is going to be a lot of fun. Again, he has been wrestling in the European scene. There is a French promotion out there that Andrew and I check out from time to time, but he's also popped up in Progress shows. He's popped up in GCW shows, but I'm excited. So he's not the only European. So what was it, like 2 months ago? There was a class of 5 people that they signed, which includes Elio, and then some other European wrestlers, which includes one of my other favorites, the Spanish sensation from Spain, Zazaya. And then, of course, my new baby daddy, Mike DeVecchio, Mike D, the brute from Belgium. Yes, Kilt. You had a question.
I gotta say one very, 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 very important thing.
What's that?
Hi, Nick. I love you.
What is up, Nick? You have joined us just in time. We are currently talking about NXT's new debuting star coming very soon to us, and Mr. Elio LaFleur, formerly known as Achille Blanc from France. So I'm excited. But yeah, like I was saying, Elio, Zazaya, Mike D. There were 2 other European wrestlers that they signed, and so I'm very interested in 2026 to see them make their debut, which is really nice because they're already professional wrestlers. They're not like the athletes who are training to be NXT wrestlers, but these are actual wrestlers. So hopefully they don't have to, quote unquote, be behind the scenes training for too long. But I'm excited for that European wrestling class that signed with NXT. And yeah, I'm excited. So it should be a good time. Ethan Page, you just make my job so much fun with your facial expressions like this picture. He's like, ew.
Bitch, back up. What?
So, again, Ava was standing on business this episode because she finds Ethan Page backstage, and Ethan wants in on these ladder matches for the NXT Men's Championship because he's been the longest and the best reigning North American champion. And Ava's like, no, I'm not going to put you in the match because you're the North American champion. And Ethan gets like, well, I should be. And he's like, well, okay, well, I will be happy to put you in those ladder matches, but you have to give me the title. Because Ava's like, we're not going to have a double champion situation. And Ethan's like, no, I'm not giving up this title. And then she's like, okay, well, then you're not getting in those ladder matches until you do. And Ethan's like, that's fine. I'm still the greatest North American champion. And she's like, Ava says, you are. And that is why you should be defending it every single time. And Ethan's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then Ava's like, well, you're going to, because if you don't, I'm going to strip you of that title. And in fact, because you are so well worldly traveled and very global, next week, and Ethan Page is going to put the NXT North American Championship title up against the debuting Frenchman, Elio LaFleur. So Elio LaFleur's debut match is next week against All Ego Ethan Page. And I'm just like, oh man, this is going to be fun. I think Ethan does a really good job of working with like international talent because he's been to Mexico. Him and Chelsea are still the AAA mixed tag team champions. Ethan has also wrestled across the world in his previous, stints before coming to NXT and WWE. So I'm excited for that match next week. I think Ethan versus Elio is going to be fun. As much as I get annoyed with Ethan Page, I do like him as a character. I was like,
I've said this before on some of our other shows. I don't like subscribing to the minimalistic viewpoint of heel or babyface. I like having the middle of ego, and this is what we have. This is an amazing ego. It's just like our boy Miz, who's one of the, arguably for me, the first ego, or at least the first person you can label as an ego.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had a sneeze. Yeah, it
It's
just
all
set
good.
in. That's been happening a lot. I've been sneezing at least twice every time, so someone must love me somewhere. Anyway, besides you, and besides Nick, because we know Nick loves me. He might leave me.
Yes, he does.
Anyway, oh shoot, my brain farted. Okay, yeah. He's not a heel. He's not technically a heel. He's not technically a babyface. He's an ego. Ethan is doing such an amazing job, and I love it. And it's fantastic. I hate his character, but it's so good. It's like I hate you, but you're doing a good job making me hate you because of how inflated your ego is. And Chelsea Green is just doing so much good with that as well. And I'm like, I'm loving it. Keep going. Give me more. Give. And so I'm loving everything that I'm seeing. They're doing amazing. Please continue being amazing, Ethan. I will never say you are the greatest North American champion ever, but I will say that you are doing amazing at what you're doing.
100%. Kilt. All ego is all ego.
Exactly.
So we will see Ethan versus Elio LaFleur next week. Should be fun time. Blake Monroe, I love you. I really, really do. But girl, you stood no chance with the return of Miss Parker. Miss Parker.
Here's what's hilarious. I literally was like, at the beginning of this, I'm like, man, I wonder where Jada's been. I haven't seen her in forever.
Damn.
And then her music hit. I'm like, Miss Parker, yeah. And I'm like, okay, there she is. There's my lady.
I love Blake so much. Of course, she cuts a promo how she's not upset, but she wants her Women's North American Championship back. And then, of course, as she's talking, she gets interrupted by the one and only Miss Parker. Jada Parker makes her return. Jada doesn't even get like a full 2 sentences in before Blake interrupts her, and then they just start fighting, and Jada whoops her ass. Miss Parker is back in the building, y'all. She's been gone since October, and I'm really happy to see Miss Jada Parker back on my screen because, listen, I love her because she is giving me the same energy as Bianca Belair had when she was in NXT. And I'm here for a strong black woman who ain't gonna take nobody's shit. I'm just putting it out there. So we might see Blake and Jada fight for a little bit, which could be fun. But Miss Parker is back in the building, Kilt, and I am so happy that she is back.
Me as well.
I like Jada as a character so much. I really, really do. And her promos, I believe her when she tells me these things that she's gonna whoop somebody's ass.
Oh, I fully believe it. I can see it. I'm like, you just cut Miss Parker off. You fucked up. I saw that. As soon as she said blah blah yak 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 yak, oh bitch. I saw it. I was like, you're gonna get your ass handed to you right now. I'm gonna see you right now. Don't know why I'm wrong like this. That's where I went.
I loved it. So Jada Parker is back in the building. We love to see it, and we love her. She is a fantastic character and a wrestler. So here's hoping that Jada Parker does great things in 2026. After this promo, though, we do get a match, which is for the TNA International Championship. This is Channing Stacks Lorenzo, the champion, defending the title against, winner of LFG Season 2 and Undertaker's pick because, he was his coach, and Mr. Shiloh Hill, who, what? His character still needs to grow on me a little bit, but I actually do like Shiloh, and I think he's a lot of fun. But gosh darn it, man, here's the thing. So like this match was announced at New Year's Eve last week that this was going down this week. And prior to this was last Tuesday. Then last Thursday, Stacks was defending the title against Steve Macklin. And remember, TNA does all their stuff pre-taped. So this was pre-taped back at the beginning of December. So when we were getting Stacks versus Shiloh Hill for this championship, I'm like, yeah, Steve Macklin's not winning this championship. But the match itself was pretty fun. Shiloh is still goofy and love him, but that boy has a lot of hidden power within him, which is the crazy part.
What Nick just said. Please pin that. Thank you. That would be a good stitch in. Like if the Wyatts are still going when Shiloh upgrades. Oh no. Shiloh and Tatum form their own version of the Wyatts in NXT.
That would be fantastic. It's crazy because Shiloh looks a little bit like Bo Dallas too, which is the scary part. I was just like, oh boy. So the match itself was fine. I think this was a good showcase for Shiloh. Stacks as a wrestler doesn't annoy me. Stacks as the character, as this playboy that he's with Ariana and them being this couple is obnoxiously gross, but like it's supposed to be. But I was just like, I hate it because I have to watch it here and I have to watch it over in TNA too. But yeah, the match was fine. It really did a good job of, it got the stuff done. So yeah, fantastic. I agree,
Sorry.
Nick. Shiloh fits in with the Wyatts better than 75% of the current group. Damn.
Wow, that's actually.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, honestly. You're not wrong.
Hold on. I'm now laughing at something completely different. Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
you remember how what I told you was getting me banned in my friend's server? He said he fixed it. I said, okay, I'm going to test it. And then I waited for him to say anything. And then I just said the word. I said night. And I got instantly banned. I'm like, nope. He's like, I had to hit save yet. It's like, you said you fixed it.
For real. I'm just like, all right then. So yeah, thanks to some help from Ariana Grace, Stacks is still your TNA International Champion, and I'm just like, okay. So moving on from this match though, girl Izzy, I love you dearly, I truly do, but I need you to have your promos stop sounding like they are rehearsed because it felt like you were reading from the teleprompter in this one, girl. Like, oh my God, NXT, we talk about this all the time. You need to train these wrestlers to not feel like they're reading from the teleprompter. Because you could see Izzy thinking about what she is saying in this promo. And I'm just like, oh, girl, we can't have that. Oh, shit. Sorry. Hold up. Nick, bring it up. Tell me he doesn't look like a Luke Harper doppelganger. R.I.P. Luke Harper.
I'm not going to say no.
I don't want to say no, but we got to do a little more work, though.
Okay. Yeah.
We're going to come back to Izzy in a little bit.
We'll come back to him in a minute. I want to talk about Izzy for a second. As you said, yes, this feels real scripted and feels her reciting lines, but she's doing better. I want to point that out there. She's doing better. I think she's improving. I think she's still nervous on the mic. She's more reactionary than anything. But she's doing better, and I'm excited for her growth. I think she just needs more time on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
She needs more time on the mic. She needs someone on the other side of the mic going back and forth with her. She just needs more. I can tell that she's going to be good one day.
100%.
It was really like I'm going to skip you. You're improving, but I'm skipping this conversation because it's just boring as shit.
It was really tough to watch. I love you, Izzy, but this your promo work needs better. But then I got excited again because, Tatum Paxley comes in and just literally mollywops homegirl. Like, she wants that NXT Women's North American Championship. And I was just like, that's cool and everything. But why did we have Tatum become women's champion and then now she's going after the NXT Women's North American Championship? This pivot is weird, but you know what? Tatum being a champion again is still okay in my book. We love Tatum in this house. So it seems that their feud is not quite over. Now it is for the championship with the NXT Women's North American. Yeah, I am too.
You get that belt around my Tatum tie.
And let her have a long title reign. You know what? That's the perfect time to bring up what I was talking about before we went on air. In 2025, when you look at all the champions in the men's and women's division in NXT, why is it that when the baby faces, and shout out to my friend, Lucha con Macho, so Macho, as his screen name goes, he brought this really good point up when we were talking on Sunday, just in text, and I had to agree with him. Why is it in 2025 or NXT in this rebrand, how come the babyface champions never get a long title run? They get their shiny moment and a big moment, and then either weeks or less than 2 months later, they lose the championship to a heel, and then these heels get long title reigns or multiple title reigns when they don't need it. I don't understand NXT's booking in 2025 specifically.
I honestly don't either.
Tatum, Thea, we couldn't even. Javon kept fighting for the title, but they never let Javon hold it. Ricky didn't even get to hold that thing for 2 months because he ended his championship reign at 45 days when Oba beat him.
It's weak. It's weak sauce. I'm glad that Javon's now on the main roster. It makes me happy because our bouncy boy gets to go travel. He ain't just waiting for the next outdoor field trip, so to speak. Sorry. All the wrestlers at the PC, for NXT and Evolve, and sitting there just week after week, doing the shows and whatever. They had to sign up. They had to sign field trip permission slips, whatever they do out of state stuff.
Lord, I cannot.
Oh, I would die. Scrolling forward.
This feud is going to continue, so hopefully Tatum gets his championship with. Let's just give her the title at Vengeance Day. I'm cool with that. Whenever Vengeance Day is.
The funny part about Thea, and I'm only going to make this comment very gingerly because she wasn't supposed to initially get the title.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fuck up on Blake Monroe's part.
Yeah.
And which is okay. Okay, I got that. Cool. We rolled with the situation. But there was nothing. There was nothing after that. It was literally a bam, bam, done. She doesn't have it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But give her more. Give her more story. Give her some. She needed more. It was so diabolical what they did to Thea, and I absolutely hate it.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. So here's hoping. Give Tatum the title Vengeance Day or Stand and Deliver if we're gonna have Izzy hold this thing for a while. But we keep on going though because Ricky Saints made it very vague that talking to Ava, he doesn't have to compete for a qualifier. He's in the match. And he gives us our matches for next week for the qualifiers, for this ladder match that is happening at, February 3rd for the NXT Men's Championship. So let's just go into the preview, right, of this. So we are getting we have 4 matches scheduled for next week so far. We have our 2 ladder match qualifiers, which is Josh Briggs and Shiloh Hill as one, and then WWE Evolve talent Super Sean Legacy versus newly signed to NXT from Evolve Eli Knight. So those two matches should be fun. I do like that Stax was annoyed that Shiloh lost the TNA International Championship match to him, and he gets a qualifying match. And I kind of like Ricky for this one too, because Ricky is just like, man, you're still the champion. Yo, girl helped you. What you expect? He was like, and then he left. I was like, listen, Ricky, if this is how we're going to go with this heel character, I'm in. But continuing on with previewing next week, and hopefully we're going to send out the good juju vibes for Kilt to be able to attend this one if he gets selected. Because not only do we get these two qualifying matches, but you are also getting an NXT North American Championship match with All Ego Ethan Page defending his title against the debuting Elio LaFleur, which makes me excited. And then you have a number one contendership match for the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championships, in which we have Zaruka taking on, Kendall and Ren Sinclair of the Ren QCC versus Laney and Fallon of the Fatal Influence crew. Should be a really, really good match, and I am excited for that one. I'm excited for all these matches. I think that this could be really fun. I'm not going to lie. As much as I do love Shiloh, I'm really hoping Josh ends up in the match, because Josh Briggs is also somebody who's been here for a little bit. I was like, we need to do something with Josh. Like, he's kind of been off the planet since his feud with Yoshiki Inamura ended, and then him and Tavion had a fight, and then that kind of also ended, and he's been missing from my TV screen. So,
yeah, I remember, because it was him and Tavion, and then
him and
I think he tried to get in the middle of who was it? What's his? I think he was trying to get in the middle of like Javon
and all of them,
and all them for Obafemi's title, and I'm like, I think I saw him once in the last month, maybe 2 months. I hope he's not injured. He's a great heel. He does very well. The only thing that's bad. That's bad. Bad Hardick. Bad.
And we're done.
Yeah. No.
I was like, LOL, goodbye.
Man, that's not funny. Anyway, moving forward. Yeah, I would love to see him win. As much as I would love to see Shiloh win this, I think Josh winning this is a whole lot better. Also, please be sure to follow or to send money via Ko-fi.
For reals. Oh, man.
I saw you highlight that, and I'm like, then my brain kind of shift.
Right, it's okay.
No, you know what you haven't done?
What?
You forgot to push one very important thing.
While Kilt does that, because I know what he's going to do, we're going to move on, though, because we make it to our main event of the evening, in which this is a no disqualification match between Joe Hendry and Dion Lennox of Dark State. So, of course, this is no disqualification, so anything goes. All the members of Dark State are out for this one, but Joe Hendry last week was being a very smart wrestler, and he enlisted the help of OTM to be his backup. And I was just like, yeah, Joe Hendry, way to get back up. I was just like, and he made a good case when he was talking to OTM last week, and he's just like, look, you help me out, you get a direct line to the tag team championships, like, let's go. And he's like, and they're like, all right, let's do this. Business is business. And so, I mean, it's a no disqualification match, as much as we can get a no DQ match in WWE, so we can't do anything too crazy. But I still thought this was entertaining. We got kendo sticks, we had tables, we had chairs, so it was pretty fun. But we get towards the end of this, and I'm just going to let this picture be here for a little bit.
There is nothing behind that man's eyes.
He's just like, I am a broken man.
Here.
I was like, Tony D'Angelo, I mean, we saw you a couple weeks ago when you attacked Javon. I need Tony to speak because, like, why are we attacking wrestlers? What is happening, Tony?
Why not?
Like, why are we doing this? Why are we not talking?
I want him to be quiet. And the only reason I want him to stay silent is to further the not mischief. I almost said mischief. A little bit of mystery. I want the us to play the game of conspiracy theory. And then I'm looking at it. His eyes are so. He's got such a big head, and his eyes are just like right there. Like,
oh my gosh.
Fucking mega mind. Anywho, the head's not blue, and he's Latino. But or even he could be Italian. They wanted to. Anyway, no, but like I want him to be this silent assassin. Like I don't know why he went after Joe, but
he's attacking everybody, and I was
he's going after whoever shows up, and like I was watching Joe sell, and I'm like, I think Joe actually might have hurt himself either on the table or with the throw. Like he might have landed wrong,
right?
Because he was overselling when he was on top of oh god,
Dion,
thank you. And I'm like, Joe, are you okay?
Joseph, don't get hurt.
Joseph Hendry, please be okay. I like you a lot.
Really
I'm loving, that our big boy freaking Booker T's getting it. Joe Hendry. I'm like,
I even love where he was. I loved it because he's like, I have to stop.
I'm not gonna sing.
Told to stop.
I'm not gonna sing.
And then he does it anyways.
And then he just starts singing. Vic's like, I've had so much of you. I'm so done.
Gosh. Yeah. Vic Joseph and Booker T are, here's the thing, right? I always crack on Booker T because I was like, God, you're annoying. But I was like, honestly, Booker T, and without you, like when he was gone for like those 2 weeks, I was just like, I can't believe I'm saying this. I like Corey Graves, like as an actual commentator, and him and Vic are great. But Booker T's antics, I was like, I can't believe I'm saying this. I kind of miss Booker T's antics. Like when he was gone for those 2 weeks, I was like, oh no. I was like, what have I become? I actually miss Booker T. No, but in all honesty, it is fun.
When Mike Rome used to stream, I threatened him one day that I was going to get Booker. I was going to clip Booker saying something. It was probably either his or something that one of the crazy things he says, just so he could have it as a sound alert for his stream. I finally did it, and I put it in his community, and I haven't heard from Rome in a while. He hasn't streamed in a while. That's granted, his sleep schedule has been a bit different because his kid's a little older now. His kid's like turned 1, I think, in September.
Oh Lordy, yes, like I can only imagine.
Mini Rome is amazing. He's probably busy. They're probably having him do other things. Every time I hear SmackDown, I think it is, I keep hearing what sounds like his voice, but I don't believe that the mic's on SmackDown. I think it's the other guy. I can't remember his name. Because it's definitely not Alicia Taylor.
She's on Raw.
Yes, I know she's on Raw.
We love her.
We all love Alicia and her hair and her outfits. She's amazing. I absolutely love her.
I keep forgetting. Yeah, I forget who's on SmackDown, but Tony D'Angelo hits both Dion and Joe, drags Joe. So Joe technically wins. Ava comes out with security, and Tony just stares her down as she leaves. And that is how NXT goes off the air this week. Again, we are a bit in a reshuffle, but I actually really enjoyed this show. I still have a lot of questions, and I don't want to say I'm getting concerned, but with no news of when Vengeance Day is happening, I was just like, I know February 3rd is going to be a big episode, but like, are we still doing Vengeance Day in February, you guys? Like, what's tea? What are we doing? but I'm pretty sure we'll get more information as the week goes on. But yeah, that's going to be it for us here tonight at NXTilosos. We still got a really fun week to go. Later tonight, I will be here with our virtual co-host, our unofficial co-host in the chat, Primo, Agent Lo-Fi, as it will just be me doing a solo run for CMLL tonight. So I'm super excited, though, because this was a really fun show and a really fantastic main event. So I'm really excited to talk about it, right? So it's going to be a pretty short one tonight, but I'm still excited. And then this Friday, is our TNA post-show breakdown, where we are not only going to be breaking down the AMC debut for TNA now that they are on the AMC network. So it's going to be a live episode on Thursday, and we're going to break that down. We are also going to be making our predictions for TNA's Genesis, which is their first pay-per-view this year, which is happening on Saturday. Myself, JT, and Radio Will, who you may have saw in other places that involved me this past weekend, we will be watching it along together as friends, not to be streamed, but Papa Oso is the best person because he will be in the audience live. Him and his husbando are going to Genesis this Saturday, and he will be in the building for that one. So I'm excited, and I can't wait for him to take pictures. And during the show, we're going to play Where's Will with him and his little bear hat. It's funny. But that is going to be it for us here tonight. Me and Kilt's got to get up on out of here. But thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back next week for another exciting episode of NXT. And until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. I will see you guys in a matter of an hour and a half for CMLL. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.